Welcome to the Quotes World. In this video, you will watch the brave and bold quotes of Tayyip Erdogan, President of Turkey. So watch the full video and enjoy with beautiful sayings. The best examples of lies can be found there. To me, social media is the worst menace to society. I don't want to use the term nuclear weapons because those people in Iran who have authority say they are not building nuclear weapons. Because those people in Iran who have authority say they are not building nuclear weapons. I make an appeal to the countries who do have nuclear weapons. They don't consider them a nuclear threat. But let's say a country that doesn't have nuclear weapons gets involved in building them. Then they are told by those that already have nuclear weapons that they oppose such a development. Where is the justice in that? The whole world is an open, free market. No state can exist without the others. If the people allow something to happen, it's the right thing. My own daughters weren't able to study in Turkey because of their headscarves, so they went to the United States. Similarly, gender equality, supremacy of law, political participation, civil society, and transparency are among the indispensable elements that are the imperatives of democratization. I am saying yes to criticism, but no to insults. Even in the Western world, one cannot argue that the ideal has been achieved given the existence of issues like the integration, participation and representation of Muslim citizens, and occasional but lingering anti-Semitism. If we look at history, we will see that regimes which persecute their people do not remain standing. If during their education our youths become alienated from their language, history, ancestors, culture and civilization, it means there is a very serious educational problem there. We are against the majority tyrannizing the minority. But we are definitely against the minority tyrannizing the majority. We are seeing with great grief that America remains quiet as Turkey struggles against terrorism. Because there were promises given to us, and they need to be kept. If not, we can take care of our own business. There is no moderate or immoderate Islam. Islam is Islam and that's it. This presidential system will not bear any resemblance to dictatorships under the same name in Africa and Asia. It will be unique to Turkey. It will be like a bee making honey, taking something from every flower and giving us a taste of a truly different honey. However, democracy cannot be defined as the existence of parliaments and elections alone. Similarly, it is argued that the culture of Islam is incompatible with democracy. Basically, this conventional perspective of the Middle East thus contends that democracy in that region is neither possible nor even desirable. According to this view, democracy is a product of Western culture, and it cannot be applied to the Middle East, which has a different cultural, religious, sociological and historical background. Several experts on the Middle East concur that the Middle East cannot be democratized. As a politician who cherishes religious conviction in his personal sphere, but regards politics as a domain belonging outside religion, I believe that this view is seriously flawed. They cry press freedom, but the raids have nothing to do with it. We have no concern about what the Europe might say, whether the Europe accepts us as members or not, we have no such concern. Please keep your wisdom to yourself. I am against nuclear weapons, regardless of whether they are in the hands of Iran or Israel or any Western country. But obviously some states are allowed to have weapons of mass destruction while others are not. The knife in the hand of a murderer kills, but if you give it to a doctor he will heal with it. Cave of the Patriarchs and Rachel's tomb were not and never will be Jewish sites, but Islamic sites. Forsake alcohol, eat grapes instead. You cannot put women and men on an equal footing. It is against nature. They were created differently. Their nature is different. She should not laugh loudly in front of all the world and should preserve her decency at all times. A confidence problem exists on the part of the people of the region who desire democratic rule in principle, but remain suspicious of both the fashion with which democratization is presented and the purposes of the democratic world. Turkey is the gateway to the East for Europe, and the gateway to Europe for the East. We have a bridging function that Europe shouldn't underestimate. Our religion has defined a position for women, in society, motherhood. Some people can understand this, while others can't. You cannot explain this to feminists because they don't accept the concept of motherhood. Germany and Turkey are two countries that need each other. As political leaders we will leave our offices one day, but our people will remain and have to get along with each other. So we should not give them negative messages. As political leaders, we will leave our offices one day, but our people will remain and have to get along with each other. So we should not give them negative messages. It is impossible to preserve my friendship with people who are allegedly leaders, when they are attacking their own people, shooting at them, using tanks and other forms of heavy weaponry. A woman who rejects motherhood, who refrains from being around the house, however successful her working life is deficient, is incomplete. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.